Do you see the size of this? I am just obsessed with this foliage. Goth plant of my dreams. Hello friends, it's time for another favorites video. I used to do these sort of every month or so, but then I felt like it was getting really repetitive, and so I have massively slowed down on the favorites, and I now am doing them in like a couple month chunks. I guess I can call them seasonal. I guess this would be my summer favorites, I suppose. I have some plants today to talk about that I have just been absolutely loving over the past couple months, that have been bringing me so much joy and that have like really excited me over this time. So that is what we're going to talk about today. Before I get into it though, I want to say if you're new here and you don't know me already, hi, my name is Emma and I make houseplanty content all over the internet. So if you want to follow along with my houseplanty journey and maybe learn something along the way, stick around, watch some more of my videos and subscribe to my channel. If you are not new here, welcome back. I really appreciate you returning. Now let us get into the first one. So, it is this absolute freaking beast behind me. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show this properly. Maybe I'll have to insert some B-roll in addition to this because, excuse me? Well, what? This is my monstera dubia, and it has been going and growing like crazy in the past few months. Honestly, I have been loving it. I did have to chop and extend it quite recently, and so since then it has been a little bit annoyed with me and it's kind of stopped growing as intensely. So this past month hasn't been as good for it, but the previous couple, oh my goodness, it was just growing so freaking fast, and the leaves it was putting out, like, do you see the size of this? Obviously it's one of my favorites. It has just been growing phenomenally for me, and it is just such a big, beautiful statement piece. I feel like it is a whole different plant from a juvenile monstera dubia. This sort of gigantic big leaf form, I feel like I much prefer it to the juvenile. So if you can get your hands on a large form, or if you want to grow yourself a large form monstera dubia, highly, highly recommend. And I'm just obsessed with it. I cannot get over the size of these leaves. Like, even the prior one is still super huge, like multiple layers of fenestrations in there. And I know as soon as it grows another leaf after this, it's going to be even better. It's just taken a little bit of time off in between because of all of my like faffing with it with moss pole extensions and whatnot. And then a new obsession I have come across in the last couple of months, and I've been really, really excited about, is pinguiculas / carnivorous plants. Though I can't say I'm as good at growing droseras as I have been with pinguiculas, and I'm not claiming to be good at them either, but like getting into pinguiculas and trying out sort of new plants has been really, really exciting for me. I've really enjoyed doing the research, and it's kind of like brought a love back again. I feel like after doing plants for so many years, it kind of feels like you don't fall out of love with things, but you're just like, I'm just very aware that things don't excite me as much as they used to. And so getting into an entire new genus and like whole growing style, like my little pingdom here, has been such a fun time and a really great way to like flex my plant growing muscles in a way that I haven't in quite a long time. So I have just become obsessed with these. Cosmo, don't eat that. That's the next plant I want to talk about. Okay, I'll talk about it to get it out of his mouth. Also, if he's just roaming around at the minute. I have him in the office with me, and Cleo's hanging out in the living room sleeping. But the next plant, oh my goodness, look at her. This is the begonia Sophie Cecile, and while I have been like really into lots of begonias over the past few months, the Sophie Cecile has just brought something very special out. I really have been enjoying these dark leaves, the silver spots on them, and I never know what to call these, the like lobes on the leaves. I just think they're so, so cool, and this one has popped so, so well for me, and I'm obsessed with it. I I'm so glad that I ended up buying this one a couple months back and adding it to my collection. I mean, I do need to probably chop and prop it because it's just one stem. So once I've chopped and propped it a couple times and I can get multiple stems back into the bottom, then we can have a nice full plant. And oh my goodness, I couldn't, like, I have a feeling this one's gonna grow for me, like, as well as the Coralina de Lucerna. That one's been growing phenomenally for me. I'll pop a little video in, but it's been growing, excuse me, Cosmo. Yeah? How about we just chill? But that one has been growing so well for me, and I feel like this one gives me similar vibes in terms of like size, if that makes sense, because I do have a lot of begonias that do have smaller leaves, but the size of the leaves on this one I think is something that makes it extra special. So I'm just absolutely here for it. So while this isn't technically a plant, I feel like it's quite relevant because it's been very much so how my brain's been thinking about the past probably about month or so in my houseplant collection. Downsizing. It has been one of my absolute favorite things during this time. I've been feeling so incredibly overwhelmed with my plant care. I know I've talked about it a lot, but things have just been, it's been a lot. It's been growing season, I've got a new cat and I've had to move some around. Things are growing really well, which is fantastic and like the best problem to have, but it's meant that I've just like not had breathing room at all, and like everything's just been a lot. And so downsizing some of the plants that I've not been as enamored with lately has been like the biggest breath of fresh air. And like especially things like, I even downsized my variegated monstera, right? And yes, that's something that I've like had for 5 odd years, since 2020, goodness, and it's been through such a journey with me, and I like recently cut it back to nothing and stuff like that, and like it's this big project and I felt like I've needed to keep it because of those things. I decided to get rid of it, and like, oh my god, breath of fresh air. I feel like I can like actually just get on with my like life and plant care journey without having to worry about, oh gosh, this like somewhat of an eyesore, not ideal plant that I'm not loving anymore existing in my home. So I don't know, I just feel like it's just been such a prevalent thing for me during this time, and it has really helped me. And so I highly recommend it if you are looking to do something to help yourself out mentally. Maybe don't keep as many plants. I know that's like literally the worst thing for me to say as a houseplant influencer, but like I'm saying it, I don't care. Getting back to plants, the next one, I am so freaking proud of her. This is my Hoya nicolense New Guinea Ghost, and oh my god, do you see how full she is? She has just been growing so much and like popping out new growth from in there, in there, loads over this time, and it has like, she's just filled out a lot. I have recently cut the runners off of it because it was growing a little bit of runners. In theory, I should probably get this onto a trellis fairly soon, but I don't need to right this second. So if I can cut it back and focus on getting it to grow a little bit more bushy even more, that would probably be my ideal. But I am just obsessed with this foliage. Like, do you see how big this New Guinea Ghost leaf is? This is the biggest New Guinea Ghost leaf I have ever seen in my entire life. And it's just doing phenomenally, and I'm so proud of it. And like, I've kind of almost forgotten about it in the back of my cabinet until I did my big rearrange. It was kind of blocked from loads of things and I couldn't see it easily, but now that I can see it again, I'm here for it. I love watching it. I love seeing new leaves come in. It's got, where's that cute new one? This tiny little, look at the tiny little growth. How freaking cute is that? I don't know what else to say besides, like, I absolutely freaking love it. This next one is the goth plant of my dreams. My Antoro velvet alocasia. It is It's one of the newer plants I've had in my collection. I got it at Malvern, I believe, and it has been growing pretty well for me. I feel like it's gotten taller. I don't know if it has or not, but I feel like it has, and it's definitely giving me some new growth in there, but I am just obsessed with the texture on these leaves, in addition to them being black, and y'all know I love my dark plants, but in addition to being black, the texture on the leaves is so, so cool. It's even popped out a tiny new leaf down here, which Cosmo did rip a chunk off just before filming this, so good. He didn't eat it, don't worry, but he ripped it off. See what I'm dealing with right now? This is why it's been helpful to downsize. But it's just growing so well for me. I have recently popped it into the cabinet here because it was getting a little bit too tall for its old space in the Mills bow. And so I think it's going to love this situation. I hope it's gonna love this situation. It makes me so happy, and oh, I love it. It's beautiful. So I actually have 2 more plants on this list, but we need to head into the living room for me to show you because they're a little bit too big for me to pick up. So let's go in there and have a look at them. So it's probably no surprise that the Monstera Thai constellation is the next gorgeous, beautiful plant on this list. And she's just been doing so, so well for me. This new leaf in here is just chef's kiss. It's got double fenestrations. It's my first ever double fenestration. Tell me that's not the most exciting thing ever. And even the previous leaf on it is like freaking huge and gorgeous. The newest one is still hardening off, and I'm hoping sizing up a little bit. I think it's growing a little bit slower than normal, like in the past few weeks, because it's not been quite as like intensely warm sunny as it has been like in June when it was really freaking hot. So it's slowed down a little bit, but overall, I'm just like loving having this as a big, beautiful sort of like accent piece in the corner. I feel like it fills the space really nicely. It's gotten big. This is the biggest I've ever been able to grow a monstera, and I know that is because my other monsteras have been borsigianas rather than like deliciosas, the sort of like big, large form kind. But there's just something so satisfying about this one, and knowing that I grew it from a single leaf, even more sentimental because of that. And so it's just been an absolute pleasure growing. I'm obsessed with it, and I couldn't ask for it to be doing any better. And then the next big one on this list is obviously my manjula pothos here, which, can we talk about how big these leaves are? Oh my freaking goodness. It has just grown so phenomenally for me. I cannot believe the size of these leaves. This is the biggest manjula I think I've ever seen, even online. I don't know, I feel like people don't tend to grow them that big. They're like typically seen growing trailing down, whereas I've decided to pop this one on a pole, and this just like kind of goes to show how much of a difference popping it on a pole can make. It is just absolutely astounding, and to be honest, I've neglected this one massively over the years as well, and I've not been as on top of watering the pole as I could have been, but it's still just chugging on, putting out new growth left and right, and honestly, it's already at the top of the pole again, which is kind of annoying. Means I'll probably have to do something, maybe chop and prop it, but I don't want to because like I don't want to ruin this like lovely big growth that I'm getting at the minute. So not really sure, but for now I'm loving having this here in this spot. You can see it's as tall as I am, and I'm 5'9". Like I'm not a small human, and like it's my height. But I'm loving having it here. I love how it looks next to the IKEA cabinet. I think it looks perfect in this spot, and like I don't really have that many plants like living on the floor of my home, but this one sits on the floor and just looks great there. So absolutely obsessed with it. So that is it. Those are my favorite plants from this summer. I mean, it's not a huge list, but in general, my whole collection is my favorite. Let's be honest, picking just a few is hard. Picking some that like stand out more than others is so difficult, and especially since I've been downsizing and doing that so well, like it's been hard to like choose just a few. And if I like picked even a couple more, I'd have to do even more. Does that make sense? I don't know. But those are my favorites. I would really love to hear about your houseplanty favorites at the minute as well. Like, what is exciting you in your collection? What are you, like, getting, like, giddy over? What new leaf? What, like, good new growth? Tell me. I would love to know down below in the comments. Before I go, though, I want to say a huge thank you to Marina, the newest member of my Good Growing fam over on Patreon. If anyone else is interested in joining my Patreon, it is £3 a month, and for that you get all of the things. Like bonus content, live chats, access to the Discord server, just a general fun planty lifestyle time. But yeah, check it out. The link is down below in the description if you're interested. If you're not, that's totally okay as well. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up down below and leave a comment on other houseplanty things you'd like me to talk about in the future. If I mentioned anything in this video that you want to know more on, let me know and I can hopefully make that happen. And subscribe for more. Right, I will see you in the next one. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Don't forget to keep growing. Bye!